All right, your next problem is problem number 2. And problem number 2 says in the following figure, QRST is a rectangle, and without using a protractor, determine the measure of RQS. Write an equation that could be used to solve the problem. Hint, hint, what angle is made in the corner? Pause it and solve it. So what I see here is that rectangles, I know, have right angles. And if rectangles have right angles, this is a 90-degree angle. And this is worth 32 degrees on the one side, so I have to figure out the other. So I would say 90 degrees minus 32 degrees equals, and we're going to name this a variable. I'm going to name it x. 90 minus 32, 9 becomes 8. Borrow the 10, take away 2 is 8. 8 take away 3 is 5. Therefore, x equals 58 degrees. And if I add 58 and 32, I would end up with 90. Hopefully that's what you got. Go ahead, pause, and do number 3. 3 asks us for A and B, explain how the measure of the unknown angle can be found without using a protractor. So, find the measure of angle D. Well, how would I do that without using a protractor? You should have already answered this, but if you haven't, pause it. Alright, you would say, I know the total or whole is 360 degrees. Part is 85 degrees. You got it, subtract. So 360 degrees minus 85 degrees, 6 becomes a 5, took away 10. 10 plus 0 is 10. 10 take away 5 is 5. 5 take away 8 tens, can't do it. 2 is left after I borrow the 100. 10 tens plus 5 tens is 15 tens. Minus 8 is 7 tens. And I have 2 hundreds. If I were to add the two together, 5 plus 5 is 10. 7 plus 8 is 15. Plus that 1 left over is 16. 2 plus 1 is 3. So, D equals 275 degrees. Now in B, it says in this figure, which is talking about the one below, Q, R, and S lie on a line. What does that tell us? It already tells us it's 180 degrees, because we know that about a straight line. We're going to find the measurement of QRT. So you need to find the measurement of QRT. How would I do that? I know a straight line is 180 degrees. That is my whole, minus my 61 degrees, which is my part, equals, and why don't we name this P as my variable. P. 181 minus 61. 0 minus 1, 1. Can't do it. Borrow a 10. I now have 10 ones. Take away 1 is 9 ones. My degree symbol. 7 tens take away 6 tens is 110. 100 take away nothing is 100. Therefore, P equals 119 degrees. This problem is much, much more complicated. Hopefully you've taken the time to work on it and you're not just watching me. In this figure, Q, R, and S are on a line, as do P, R, T. So this line and this line are 180 degrees. It says find the measure of angle P, R, S. So I want this angle right here. Well, if I know that this is a straight line, that means it's equal to 180 degrees. So if I think about whole part, my whole is 180. I have 1, 2, 3 parts. So why don't we figure this guy out? Let's label him L. So we're going to cut this into 3 parts because each of these angles lies on that straight line. 48, 74, and L. What do I do with parts? Yeah, I add them. 74 plus 48 gives me 122 degrees. So now I have a part and a hole. What do I do with holes and parts? That's right, I subtract them. 180 minus 122, which gives us 10 minus 2 ones is 8, 7 minus 2 tens is 5, 58 degrees. So I know this is 58 degrees. You may be asking, how does that help me? Well, since this is also a straight line, I have part of my straight line. And we know this equals 180 degrees. So again, I have a hole, and now I have 2 parts, 58 and R. So I would say 180, take away 58, 8 becomes a 7, so I have no ones. 10 ones take away 8 ones is 2 ones. 7 take away 5 tens is 2 tens. 1 take away nothing is 1. So therefore R is 122 degrees. PRS, 122 degrees. If you're saying to yourself, wait a minute, that's what these two equal. You're right, because these two are directly across from this one. Therefore, these two are the same as R. I could then go ahead and figure out this missing guy over here. We're going to call him W, if I wanted to. And how would I do that? Well, if this is a straight line worth 180, I would take away 122 and I'd end up with 58 degrees, just like I did over here when I tried to figure out L. And look at, they're directly across from each other. Amazing. Go ahead and do 4.